podcast is powered by Audio House.
Yeah, so welcome to the Sold Out Podcast, episode 26, the 6-month anniversary with my good friend Abdullah here.
Yes, sir.
He's back again. Last time, if you remember, he had the book Millionaire for Teens. He's back now with a new book.
Yep.
New life.
Yep.
He's glowed up a lot in the 6 months. Do you want to talk about anything that's kind of been going on recently?
I turned 17,
Dope.
what, 3 days ago? 2 days ago? What day is today? Yeah, 3 days ago.
Yeah,
so that
sweet.
happened.
What did you do for your birthday?
What did I do for my birthday? I went out with a few
much?
friends and then met up with my girl. We got food. We all got food. We went bowling. What else did we do? We watched a movie.
Kept it chill?
Yeah, it was just a chill day. It was nice. It was nice to relax because I'm always at home.
Yeah,
writing and
exactly.
shit.
Yeah. Man, you haven't even been home. You've been off in London a lot recently, and
Yeah, I've been in a lot of travel.
Yeah, a lot of projects.
Yeah, I was in like Paris and London. Since the last time I was in Paris, London.
I think last time I met up with you, you were talking about, you were like, oh, where I'm going, and then, and it's kind of the same again. You're gonna go on another trip soon. We can't talk about, but
can't talk about the time.
Yeah, a lot of travel. Have you been to kind of anywhere? Like, do you like London? Obviously, you're in there a lot.
I like London a lot. The last trip that I was in London for was the reason that I went to London on the last trip was for my agency. So I was just meeting like influencers and stuff like that. That was fun. Growing in network. I like new people, but yeah, I mean, I like London. London's really fun. I feel really at home in London, Italy, and
Italy's
Paris.
nice.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I don't know as many people in Paris yet, but
Yeah.
I'm getting there with Paris. I like Paris a lot.
What part of Italy did you go to?
Treviso.
Treviso.
I went to Venice as well, but I didn't really like it.
Really?
It was too touristy.
Yeah.
It was really busy. I like quiet spaces. Like Treviso's so relaxed. It's really calm.
I suppose when you go travel, are you usually staying with kind of like someone you know, so you're probably not staying in the tourist parts necessarily.
Yeah, it's either I'm on my own and I'm meeting loads of people I know, or
and they're probably taking you somewhere not like
they're taking
me,
me, exactly, like local spots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, not really touristy
which is good
spots.
because I was just over in Paris. I had someone like that as well. She was like living over there on Erasmus and like fluent French, and it's so handy to have someone like that which you just being able to take care of things like in a restaurant or just taking you places, and like you don't have to worry about it. But man, do you want to talk a little bit about this new book? Like last time you came in, the book had dropped, so unfortunately I haven't gotten to read this new one yet. But if you want to talk about kind of what you go into in it.
Well, it literally dropped today. Mindfulness for Everyone. That's the title of it. It was going to be Mindfulness for Teens, but then as I was writing it, I was like, that has to be a whole other book.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do a whole other book on Mindfulness for Teens afterwards, and go more in depth into what teenagers can do to be mindful rather than just what everyone can do, because it's a little more specific because they've got school. But so the new book's called Mindfulness for Everyone. It is very straight to the point. There's no stories. There's no backstories. There's nothing, no fillers, basically. It's all just content. It's all like, do this, do this, do this, do this. And it's broken down into 3 main like segments of the book. So mind, body, and mood. And inside each one, there's an amount of exercises. There's like 28 in total in the whole book, and each exercise is breaking down into who, what, where, when, why. So like that's really it. Then the next exercise, who, what, where, when, why, and that's it. That's the whole book. So it's really straight to the point,
which is handy because more and more people don't almost have the time to like, if they're picking up and they're looking to get into mindfulness, they kind of just want the answer here and there, which is kind of a bad way of looking at it in a way, but at least you're making it accessible, and
it is what it is.
They can get them hooked, and then maybe they'll go on and like read the last book, read the next book, and like get into it more, because there's so much out there now about it. It's really exploded, like obviously in the last like
mindfulness is huge, because I was looking up on Amazon when I was doing some research before I did my Amazon SEO for the book. So I was like, okay, how many people actually look this up? And in the UK it was like 500,000 a month look up mindfulness, and I was like, oh my god,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how many people are looking for it. So I was like,
that is crazy. You see it more and more as well with like we would listen to a good bit of like Jordan Peterson or someone like that, and it's crazy to see like when he came over here to Dublin, he sold out like the 3 Arena with Sam Harris and other people, and like that's something like a J. Cole or a Kendrick Lamar does, not some lecturer from Toronto University. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely a big craving now for that type of information and for I think alternative ways of thinking. I think
people are hungry for it. Like,
they
really are.
I was thinking about it recently. I was like, do you think people are naturally unhappy and they have to seek out, you know, ways to cope with it, or do you think it's a recent thing? You know, do you think
it's something I talk about a lot in the book, and I say like the point of the mood. Well, the two segments, the mind segment and the mood segment, is to remove the unhappy autopilot that you have in your mind. Like, a lot of our thoughts are unhappy just on autopilot just because of our surroundings.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, you got to work on yourself, and you got to make that I'm happy on autopilot. When something pisses me off, that's when I'm not happy temporarily.
Yeah.
And then I go back on autopilot and I'm happy again. But everyone else, like most people,
it's
not
the
everyone
other way
else,
around.
it's the other way around. Yeah, and that's not okay. That's something. Well, yeah, it's not okay. I'm not gonna say it's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. Nah, I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
It's not okay. But that can be changed around by like the practices that you do every day and the exercises that I'm teaching and the stuff that I do every single day.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's what people should be doing.
100%.
Not like whatever else they think is gonna help, because it's not like, it's not getting your work done that's gonna make you happy. It's getting happy that's gonna make you happy. You know what I mean? And people, I don't know, people see it the other way around, but anyways, yeah.
That's interesting. I think I was talking to someone recently. I would associate a lot of people's, you know, when they talk about like anxiety and stuff, I think it does come from maybe like a lack of work ethic. Do you think maybe that could link in at all? Or
I'd say a lack of
think
discipline.
Lack of discipline. Yeah, that's interesting.
Because you can work all day and still be stressed. You know what I mean? You can get loads done and still be stressed. But it's...
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it, actually. Because even going to the gym, it's not, you know, productive in a... You know, everything's productive in a different sense. Like, gym isn't academic, or
100%.
Academic isn't health. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think discipline is a good way of looking at it, actually. Because I was thinking about it recently with, you know, the way... Like, I always found it really interesting the way Buddhism looks at, like, life is suffering. And at a surface level, that looks really pessimistic.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is how to overcome that. And I think that's what a lot of people are searching out at the moment.
I think people are finding it now.
Yeah.
And like, well, to like expand on it, it will be discipline, but it's when you give yourself a goal and then you work on it and then you hit that goal, that feels good. But if you just do a bunch of things but you never plan to do them, it's like, okay, I'm still stressed.
Yeah.
There's still this stuff I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, that's something new actually about me since the last 6 months. I got this from Caleb Maddox. I don't know where he got it from, but he had something on his story one day and it was like, give yourself 5 tasks to do every single day, because the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire is a millionaire does a bunch of things. But a billionaire does the same amount of things every single day and stays consistent with it. And I was like, yeah, consistency is the key. So I was like, okay, interesting. And then I did it. So that's what I'm doing these days. I give myself 5 things to do every single day.
Simple things like...
simple or not simple.
Yeah. There might be like,
5 tasks.
Bag.
Yeah. And I get them done and that's it. Not every day I hit them. Most days I do. Some days are not as good as the others. But like, that's just...
And could that come down to, like, might that be like read a certain amount of pages of a book, or like, you know?
Yeah, so it would be like one of them is always do all client work, you know, because I'm running a marketing agency as well. So I have actual work to do. Yeah. And then I always give myself something creative to do every day, whether it's, you know, write a segment in a book or do this or do, you know what I mean? Something like that, or like create a graphic for like an ad or something like for what I'm going to do, or... I don't know, something creative, or even clothes, or design, or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, have you been working away on Joker? Really?
Joker, that's something we got to talk about.
Yeah, dope. Because I was worried that it kind of got left behind a little bit, you know?
Nah. It did get left behind a little bit, definitely.
Yeah. There's only so many hours in the day, like.
Yeah, I mean, I got lazy as well over summer. I definitely did. I can definitely say, well, I didn't know it at the time, but looking back, like, the work ethic I have now is ridiculous compared to what I did over summer. Yeah. Like, I've done more in the past week than I did the whole summer, to be honest. Which is crazy. It's bad, but, you know, it's also good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Joker, I'm going to be dropping something once every month.
Dope.
For at least the next, like, 12 months.
Yeah.
13 months, yeah.
Until 20, so starting soon?
Yes. I was meant to drop something on my birthday, but there was, like, issues with the manufacturer and then delays. But it'll be coming... either November or I'm thinking of dropping it on 12/12, the 12th of December.
Yeah, it could be a good day.
Yeah.
Christmas gift sorted.
Yeah, exactly. Christmas gift.
Yeah. One of the things I was going to ask is kind of, I guess, to do with your 5 tasks. Because recently I listened to, I don't know if you know Duncan Trussell
No.
podcast. He's pretty interesting, and he did one with this guy Joey Diaz, like a comedian. They're kind of in that like Joe Rogan circle of kind of friends, I suppose. And they were talking about like their morning routine, and Duncan's real into like, you know, meditation and all. So he was talking about, you know, he watches his breath for a certain amount of minutes, or, you know, he does that. And then Joey, who's much less, you know, I guess spiritual, or, you know, because Duncan's quite like into all that. He was just like, he wakes up every day and just goes, it's a beautiful day to be alive. And that's his version of meditating in a way, you know. Because he came from all this crazy stuff of like going to prison and all this stuff. So when he has like a bed, or like not a bedtime anymore, or, you know, like a double bed rather than like, I assume, whatever you get in prison, like, you know, it just makes him appreciate everything so much more then.
That's mad.
Which is something like I was saying to you earlier, just even with wireless headphones or something. Something stupid, you know? Just as soon as it gets taken away from you, you're like, damn, like, I don't think I can go back to that.
I can't live with wired
Do you know what I mean?
headphones.
Like, I'm not so...
First world.
Yeah, exactly, you know? But that's just where, like the word gratitude's getting thrown around a lot as well. But it is super important just to, like, appreciate, like, I have this opportunity, or I have that.
Yeah.
That's just what I've been thinking about a lot recently. But I think it's interesting, like, the age we're at, we're figuring so much out so quickly.
Definitely.
And I don't think there's a lot of conversations about that. Like, this period of our lives, like, you're not going to be the same person in 6 months like we've seen. You know what I mean?
Definitely not.
And it's crazy to have it documented, I guess, as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's like social media.
Yeah.
But, like, even social media, you know, when you scroll back to, like, your posts and you're like, the way I was thinking then, and like, you can see it in the way you're posting or in the way you're presenting yourself at a time.
That's something I do sometimes. Like, literally, I'll just scroll back and I'll look at my captions. And I was like, ooh. Yeah. I've kind of refined this.
Yeah. How many posts do you have on Instagram, actually? I don't think I've checked recently. Because you actually have a lot.
I post a lot. I mean, I kept it at 666 for quite a while.
So you're always archiving things?
Nah, I just deleted stuff. But now I'm at 689. Yeah, 689 posts.
That's dope.
Yeah, I need a post about my birthday. I never did that yet. I didn't get the pictures from it yet, though.
Yeah, that's dope. And I guess, like, kind of, just in terms of the book, what kind of was the main difference between the mind and the mood? Would you say?
The mind and the mood. So the mind one is more long-term things. So these are things that you should practice, and then once it's practiced, do it again in like a month, and keep on doing those exercises. The mood one is like, I'm in the moment, I'm in work, I'm in school, I'm pissed off, someone just
did something.
Yeah, someone did something. I'm annoyed. Let me flick through the book real quick and find something for my mood, and it'll just boost me straight away. They're more like short-term things.
I get
it's
you.
More like, I feel good in the moment, for like the next few hours.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. And then body is obviously more to do with like just health and looking after yourself.
There's generally a lot of like, I have like a couple of yoga routines. Well, yoga is such a scary word for a lot of people, but light stretches, I'll put it that way. Yeah, I mean, yoga's helped me a lot, because
you've been at that now a while. Like, you were obviously
quite
at
a while.
that. Yeah.
Like 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Yoga Man. Here's the camera. Shout out to Mr. Yoga Man. I love you, bro. That's Connor. He's my yoga teacher. He's the first person who ever got me into yoga. He's been my spiritual mentor for quite a while now as well. He's an incredible painter. Oh, what a great guy. Yeah.
How did you meet up? Like, because you would have been quite young then.
I was young, yeah. So, my dad is, like, my family's, like, Muslim as well. So, my dad would bring me to the mosque quite often. Yeah. And Mr. Yoga Man met my dad at the mosque. Mr. Yoga Man. Yeah. That's his Instagram. Oh, called him his Instagram name. Connor met my dad at the mosque, and then my dad invited him for, like, I don't know. My dad invited him for dinner or something.
Yeah, something.
And then found out that he teaches yoga. And my dad was like, "Oh, let me do yoga. Let's do it." So then he came to our house and taught myself, my brother, and my dad yoga. Yeah. For like a year.
That's dope.
Yeah, and then me and him stayed in contact for quite a while. Yeah.
And now you close, practice that now in? Is it the Clockwork Door? You do it now?
I practice it at home.
Just at home.
Just myself at home.
Yeah. Because they do some classes though, don't they? Maybe for beginners. Well.
Yeah. Shout out to the Clockwork.
Yeah.
Place. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever taken a proper class without Mr. Yoga Man. Connor. Jeez. It's so weird calling people by their Instagram. Yeah. That's so strange.
No, I guess it's like the setting you're in. You know, people like they're not going to know Connor. You know, it's like handy to give the plug and like you can look him up there.
Look him up.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of Instagram, actually, I don't know if you feel it, but I feel like we have this. Instagram is an incredible platform. Yeah. Like the amount of people that I've met off there from all over the world who are doing incredible things. Like I'm talking like someone like King Na, Caleb Maddox, like. King Na, okay, he turned 13 like yesterday, I think. Damn. He's a public speaker, motivational speaker. He's been all over the world. He's 13. Just turned 13.
That's crazy.
And he's hanging out with the big celebrities. Yeah. He's talking to all these people. Like, he's doing so well for himself. And he's happy, too. It's not like, his parents are forcing him to or something. Like, nah, he's doing what he wants to do. And it's really cool seeing that. There's Essence. Shout out to Essence. I love you. Essence is awesome. We're going to travel together someday. It's going to be good. Essence is... What age is she?
Young.
She's around my age, like 16, 17. I'm pretty sure. I don't think she's 18 yet. And she has 3 books that are in the curriculum for schools.
Damn. Is that in here?
They're taught in schools in the States.
In the States.
And that's crazy.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? And then Instagram allows me to meet, to talk to these people, like, you know what I mean? And Caleb Maddox, absolute boss. I shout him out in every interview I do. Yeah. He's the one who inspired me to even write my first book. Thank you, Caleb. Yeah, he's just a boss, 16-year-old millionaire. Like, that's all you got to know.
That's crazy. At such a young age, surely there's like mentors and stuff that help you. Like, how do you do, like at 17, how do you know about like all these marketing agencies, and even you mentioned SEOs earlier? How do you learn about all this stuff?
Trial and error. I mean, like the stuff that I had to do. Like I just had to do. Like if I release a book, I'm gonna have to do marketing for it. If I release clothes, I'm gonna have to do marketing for it. I'm gonna need photographers. I'm gonna need models. I either do that myself and I'm just off the top of my head, or I'll look up how to do it. Google is incredible. Like the amount of stuff you can learn off there. I don't think I've ever taken a marketing class ever.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
And people pay me every single month to do marketing for them. I have no qualifications. Like 0. I just have results for them. That's all.
Exactly. That's important. Like that's your portfolio in a sense.
That's my whole portfolio. It's literally just results. I've never gone to college. I don't plan to. I dropped out of school this year. Everything's going against me, but I mean, the results speak for themselves. You know what I mean? And anyone who can do the job can do the job. But as far as mentors and stuff, let me shout out my mentors. Dan Ram. He's taught me so much this year. The past year has been incredible with Dan. Mr. Yoga Man. Who else would I consider a mentor?
Someone's gonna feel left out.
Yeah, I know. There's been a lot. I mean, I could call like Caleb Maddox a mentor. I've never met the guy though. But, I mean, he's taught me a lot, just from like what he shares online. But I mean, finding mentors and finding, you just put yourself in the place that they are. I mean, where did I meet Dan? Dan was a little bit different because he messaged me on Instagram. That was funny. That's a whole other story. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, be where they are. Like, I do a lot of work now, like a lot of my own work, just sitting in the Westbury Hotel. Yeah. I have no reason to sit there. It's an expensive hotel. I have no reason to be there. But I like the people who are around me when I'm there. I like knowing that the guy who's sitting beside me, and this happens a lot, they'll just start talking to you, and then you realize, oh, I've just been invited to the most expensive, or no, the highest grossing restaurant in the world. And the guy sitting next to me is making like 52 million a month, and I'm like, Chase, hello. That's crazy. And he's just start talking to me like, what do you do? Oh my god, next time you're in New York, let me know. And I'm like, I will.
I definitely will. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, be where they are. If you're trying to look for investors, be where rich people are. Be where investors are. If you're trying to look for designers, be where creative people are.
That's a good way to think.
Yeah.
Not even physically, but almost mentally as well, you know?
Mentally as well. Definitely mentally as well. Yeah. And like, if you're not emitting like an energy that's... Well, there's me getting all philosophical, but like, if you're not... I'll put it in the easiest terms. If you don't look like a fun person to talk to, no one's going to want to talk to you. Put it like that. I could go deep on that, but I don't want to, because I want people to really understand that. If you don't look fun, no one's going to want to talk to you. If you don't look like you're someone that people will want to talk to you. They won't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just that.
That's an interesting way to think about it. That's so, it's almost so simple that you overlook it.
It is so simple.
And a lot of things recently that are popping up as like themes to do with like mental health, or to do with mindfulness, or to do with gratitude, or to do with anything, any ways of thinking, it all breaks down to pretty simple things, really. But we just get stuck, I guess, like you're saying, in autopilot and just forget about it. And one of the things they talked about in that podcast I was mentioning earlier was people get annoyed by whether things are going well or not. But you almost have to let that be external to yourself.
Yeah.
And just, like, because you can get caught up in that, but it's only going to affect you negatively, really, because if you let that influence you, then you're not going to make the necessary change to flip it the other way.
100%.
You know?
Get happy and stay there.
Yeah, you know? It's like, let that go, you know? Like, there's no reason to hold on to it, because it's not going to benefit it in any way.
Yeah.
It's almost putting yourself through it twice.
The thing is, if you're...
sitting in it.
You got it. Okay, you're either going to trust that everything's going to work for you, or you're not going to. And if you don't, it's not going to work for you. And that's just that.
Just optimism. Which is
it's
important.
not even optimism. It's like, that's just how things are going to work. If you trust that only good things can happen to you, only good things can happen to you. Simple as. And that's something I believe in for me. Only good things can happen to me. Now, whether that's in a way that I understand or not, that's out of my control, and I don't care, and I don't need to know that. Maybe this whole mic set breaking today might be an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
But if you think of it as, oh no, my mic broke, I mean, that's not going to get you anywhere.
Exactly, yeah. You don't learn from it then.
Yeah.
That's a good way
there's
to
been a
think
lot
about
of things that have happened for me that I didn't know they were going to happen in that way. They happen in weird, messed up ways. Ways that would annoy me at the start. But then I'm like, oh, this is perfect because that leads to this and this leads to this. And then it's like, okay. So now I just trust that everything that's happening for me is happening for me. Literally.
Yeah.
For me,
reason.
not to me. It's happening for me.
Yeah.
And that it becomes true, and it is true.
Yeah.
For me, anyways, it's true right now.
yeah, because at the very least, like, you're learning something from it, and
Exactly.
you never know, like, what the long term payoff is for that. It could come 25 years down the line when you go, oh, I learned that from this situation, and I'm not gonna let that happen again, or something. You know, like, just in terms of even like relationships or something, the way, like, if you fall out with someone, you kind of go, oh well, these are the steps that happened there, and you're gonna avoid them then, you know.
Exactly.
That's an interesting way of thinking of things.
You just look at everything like a lesson, literally. And whether it's happening in a way that you want it to happen or not does not matter. It's none of your business. It's out of your control.
Just let
anyways.
it be, you know.
Let it happen.
That's mad. Yeah, in the leaving cert, like, while you're talking about it, I wanted to do architecture, but I didn't know about, like, that you had to submit a portfolio. So I completely, like, you had to do an interview and all this stuff. You had to submit it. So I never got to do that. So I completely missed my chance on doing, like, architecture and stuff. But now that I look back at it, I talk to, like, architects and stuff, and they're like, the amount of work hours you have to put in and stuff is just mad. And it's just, it's cool to know that happened for the better, in a sense, because I would not be able to work that hard. And just going back to that whole thing where it's like, some things, even though you think, like, back then I thought, oh my God, what have I done? Like, I fucked this up already. But now that I think back on it, it's like, happened for the better. So
Definitely.
It's that whole thing that you're saying, like.
Yeah.
And then you just look at, like, everything as a blessing, and it's like, I'm so blessed. This area of my life is winning.
Exactly,
This area of my life is winning. You know, even when it comes to money, this is something that people ask me a lot. And they're like, okay, but how can you justify that? You can measure money.
Yeah.
You're not a millionaire yet. Why are you happy about money? I'm like, maybe I'm not ready for $1 million yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
In 5 years, when I have stupid money, then I'll know why I didn't have it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
It'll just come at the right time.
it'll come exactly when it's meant to come.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever. Drop $1 million.
Yeah. Say the IBAN. You were talking about Instagram. Is that your favorite social media?
That's my favorite social media. I'm actually giving a talk about personal branding on Instagram tomorrow.
Is that somewhere people can go to, or?
Yeah, sure. Is this going to be out before tomorrow?
I can clip it out, maybe. Maybe if I'm motivated, I might be able to clip it out.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, that's interesting. That just popped up. I got off of that like 2 days ago. I was like, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah, Instagram's my favorite. I love Instagram. They're always updating. They're always innovating. I don't think it's going to be around for the next 10 years, but I do think it's going to be around for the next 5 years. And I'm down to just keep growing on it. It's fun because you can just meet. We have such a cool global community of of doers that are like under 20, and it's crazy
Yeah.
to see them. Like, you just talk to all of them. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
we're all friends.
Exactly.
And the thing I love about them is that whole group of like Caleb and everyone. I don't know why I said Caleb. Like, with everyone, there's Jerson, there's Young Mastermind. Shout out to Ali in Saudi. But like, there's loads of people in the group, and like, they're all motivating each other. No one's jealous of each other.
Exactly.
In this group.
Yeah.
They're all like, I want to see you win, and they really mean it as well. And they'll send you love, and they'll, as soon as like when I drop the book, you know, everyone's like messaging me like, you know, well done and blah blah blah. It's not like, oh, I could have done that as well. It's you know, it's, you know, that's what you get from like friends in school.
Exactly. Yeah. And was that like, that was obviously a big decision for you? Like, kind of, how did that like come about? Like, was there any
dropping out?
Yeah.
Oh, people always ask me, what did your mom say?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I've been telling my mom I'm gonna drop out for like the past 3 years. She's probably just relieved I actually did it by now. Nah, I mean, she's not happy, but I mean,
you feel it's right.
I feel it's right. I think she knows that I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I think that,
mate, it's just more worry, I assume.
Yeah, it's more worried.
But that's almost motivating.
It is, you know, and it's
a lot of pressure, but motivating.
Yeah, but like when I first dropped out, I was like the first 3 days when I saw the other people in my class going to school, I was like, whoa, I really just did that. Oh, shit. I'm not in school anymore. I'm so free. I could be a waste man right now. I could do nothing right now. I could literally do nothing for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I was like, I have so much freedom right now. It's scary. And then I was like, okay, let me just ease it in. So like after a week, I was happy because I had a schedule for myself. I get myself, like now my work ethic is like 8 hours a day on weekdays. Yeah. And that's the time I give myself to do the 5 tasks. And each month is planned out. I've got to hit deadlines each week, each month, each year, so each quarter. So yeah, I'm really focused right now. So my work ethic is really good. It's better than when I was in school.
True, because it's so much of your energy is taken away with stuff that you're not as passionate about, obviously. Because
being in school.
Yeah. Because nothing that's blanket or, you know, for everybody is going to suit everybody. Definitely. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work out for everybody, but the way you're doing it for yourself now, it's good to do. It's and like now that you've dropped out, it almost makes you work harder, I assume. You know, it's do you know what I mean? Because I'm fucked if I don't. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, so it's almost like like baptism by fire sort of thing. You know, literally. Yeah, man, that's super cool. Like,
it's interesting. I mean, it's like I thought I would be totally fine dropping out like when I was in like second year. Yeah. I was like, no, I was not ready. Yeah. That's another thing. You know, I was like, oh, why am I still in school? Oh. But I wasn't ready. I really wasn't. At the end of 4th year, I was ready.
Did you do TY?
Yeah, I did TY. I didn't go to school much, though.
Yeah, fair.
I ended up just on like 10 different work experiences just to get some time off.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good. Yeah. Have you done many like that? Any like ones that were particularly interesting to you?
Work experience? Yeah. I loved working with Dan. Dan Ram, that was a lot of fun.
Because like
that was the best one.
Because I suppose, you know, most people kind of in your year or something would have just gone into like, you know, some sort of office or do you know what I mean? Like you would have probably searched out something really specific and
I was designing merchandise for him and everything.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like you kind of went out and got yourself an opportunity that you really wanted, you know. Because you were kind of doing that in your spare time anyway. You know? So you were like ready to go and take advantage of that then.
Completely.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I feel like there was more I wanted to talk about the book, but I can't remember.
About the book?
Yeah. I mean, there's no physical release just yet, is that right?
There's never going to be a physical release of this book. I never want to see it in physical form, ever.
Is there any reason for that, or just do you think it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's not the kind of book I want printed. It's not the kind of thing you want to hold in your hand. I want people to have it on the go whenever, on their phone. That's what I want it for. It's that kind of a book. It's not something you want to carry with you. I want it to be with them all the time, just on their phone. Yeah. So if they ever need it, they can flick through it whenever. Because if you buy it in physical form, like, I don't want anyone to read it start to finish. Yeah. I don't want anyone to read it start to finish in one go. It's only 45 pages long. It's not a long book. It's not for that. It's for, I'm pissed off right now because my back hurts, so I'm going to look at this and find out where it helps, where I can get an exercise that helps my back. Or, like, where I can get exercise that'll make me a little more happy right now. Yeah. Because I'm feeling a little down. Yeah. I miss my dog. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's super interesting. I like the way you're saying to have it on the go. I think that does make sense, because a lot of physical books, people buy them and they get left on the shelf then, you know?
Yeah.
And they're not actually read then after they've been put back on the shelf. They're almost forgotten about in a way.
Yeah.
But I like taking the highlighter to my physical books, and kind of
Same.
I like getting into it though at the same time. But there's a time and a place for everything as well.
Yeah. My next book that's dropping. Ooh, my voice. Sorry, I got a cold right now.
Good.
Sorry for the messed up voice.
That's winter for you.
That's winter. You can really feel winter coming.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? The next book that's dropping is probably gonna drop in late February. I mean, early February or late January, 2019, and that's gonna be a physical book. That's gonna be the book 1 of a 5-book series.
Dope.
And I want to get that in schools, like as part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
That's my goal for that.
Yeah.
That set of books.
And is it in the same vein as what we've seen before, or is it
This is a storybook.
Cool.
All 5 of these are going to be storybooks.
Cool.
But you will learn everything that your character learns. Everything that the main character learns as he learns it. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm experimenting with like different ways of teaching the same principles. Because a book like the one I dropped today, not everyone wants to read that type of book. It's too straight to the point. There's no story. There's no backstory. Me personally, I would like a story, but I know that's not for everyone. So I'm trying to teach not the exact same things, but the same themes in different forms. So I'm gonna be doing like courses soon, like video courses. I'm gonna be doing audiobooks. There's 3 audiobooks.
I was gonna say you might put the 2 that are out in audio form.
Not the second one, not the one that dropped today, but Millionaire for Teens, the audiobook is dropping in like March, I think.
Dope.
And then, I'm going to use a different publisher for the book that's dropping in late January. So maybe the date might be pushed, but we'll see. But I'm really excited for it because it's a fun book to write because...
I was going to say, it sounds interesting to try and, you have these ideas and then to communicate them in a way that's fun.
Yeah.
Almost. And
to make it part of a story and part of a... It's almost like I'm a comedian and I'm writing, like I've got a punchline. I've got loads of punchlines. I'm trying to put a story to them because you can't just tell a bunch of one-liners. Like the book today that dropped is a bunch of one-liners. Yeah. That's straight to the point. For people who like stuff really straight, they don't want any extra stuff. They don't want any fillers. They just want the straight gold.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's the book today. But the book that's coming out, that's going to be... So like, okay, I don't know if I should... I'll tell a little bit more. Yeah. So book 1, there's 5 books. Book 1 is first year of secondary school.
Cool.
Book 2 is second year, up to 5th year.
I was going to say, like, who are you aiming this at? Because you could go young as well, you could go, depending on how dark the story is maybe, or how, you know what I mean?
This won't be too dark.
Not dark, but, the way you could tell the story could come across in so many different ways.
Definitely. But this one's going to be written from the perspective of the main character. So it's like first person kind of. And so he goes through secondary school. That's dope. It's of the guy going through secondary school.
Yeah.
I'll give away the title of the series. This book series is going to be called Polished. I don't know what each book is going to be called. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have
but that's
idea.
That's the overall idea.
It's going to be called Polished.
What books inspire you as an author?
Ooh, I like that question. I've read a lot of books from different genres, and I think I love personal development books like Think and Grow Rich. And
it's a great book. How
to Win Friends and Influence People is written so well. Like, it's such a well-written book, and it teaches you so much. I don't like the title. It's so misleading. And when people see you reading a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People...
Yeah.
Thing about that book is, when I read it, like, in the introduction it says, don't read more than a chapter a day. Or like a week even. Yeah. And I think that's so key. And that's what you're saying with your mindfulness book.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want people to read it start to finish. Because I want them to try it.
About it.
I want them to try each thing. I don't want them to just read it. I want you to
revisit it and
try it.
Yeah.
Redo it.
Yeah.
And then move on to the next exercise whenever you're ready.
And then come back, or, if that didn't work, it might come back in 3 months.
Yeah. Because not all of them are for whatever situation you're in. But one of them will work.
Yeah.
But How to Win Friends and Influence People. I love the way he said that, because that's what I did. I read 1 chapter a week. And it took like 12, 13 chapters, some of that. And you kind of
lived with that chapter then for a week, and
literally you try it out every single day.
You have time to implement it, like
it's
just not like, because if you read all the chapters, it's just it's that whole thing.
It's
Take
too
one
much in
take one
go.
chapter at a time, you know.
Yeah.
And even what you were saying with the 5 tasks, if you do that and implement it rather than taking on, say, 10 tasks, or even taking on 5 tasks and not implementing it, you know, that whole thing, it's really interesting how to do it. And even while you're talking about the new series you have you ever read The Alchemist?
Yes, I love Paulo Coelho.
That's what I'm thinking about while you're saying that.
Literally, that's the way I want to write it. I want to write it the way Paulo Coelho wrote that, because
that's
what a
next
great
level
book.
story. That's story writing to like peakness. You know?
That's what I gotta do. It's not easy to write like that though. So I'm rewriting each, because I'm already writing the book. I'm rewriting and rewriting and rewriting it. Yeah. I have the storyline all written. All the plot for the 5 books is written already.
Yeah. But you can lose yourself then in the details and in the...
I will.
So that sounds fun.
I think each one is probably going to end up like 180 pages, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much that I could do with it. There's so many directions that I can bring a conversation, and as long as I stick to the same plot. But
yeah,
it's interesting, and there's going to be so many gems in there. And I feel like if I can get that into schools, that'll be my job done. And I'll feel satisfied. I'll feel like I've done something for the community. I'll feel like I've actually really contributed something to Irish education.
Exactly,
I'll feel like, okay, I've done my part.
I could definitely do with more, input from the people that are actually going through it, in a sense, and for the people who, like, because you dropped out of school doesn't mean you don't appreciate education.
Not at all. I love education. That's something that's a big misconception. It's a big people don't understand that. I'm all for education, but relevant education to me. And right now, what they're teaching in school, for me personally, and where I am in life, isn't relevant to me. In first year, it was, because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take a taste of everything, and I did that, and I liked it. Cool. I found business, and I liked it. School did me good. Well done, school. Thank you. That's the way I see school now. It's a more mature way, because first it was like, no, I hate school. It's not for me. I'm too good for school. Blah, blah, I'm too smart for school. All that. But no, that's not true. School helped me find what I wanted, and I'm thankful for that. And that's that. You know what I mean?
That's going to be a major moment if the dropout has the book in the school. Do you know what I mean? So that's the goal.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
But even when I speak in schools and all the students know I'm a dropout and the teachers know I'm a dropout, it's so funny because they give me a certain level of respect until they hear me talk, and then they properly they limit their respect first and limit their attention first, but then when they hear me talk, because I try to talk about school in a positive light first, just so I get on their good side, also because it's true. School it's a necessary thing. Maybe it's not done to its best ability. Well, definitely it's not done to its best ability in my opinion, but we can work on it. We can make it a good system, a better system. But yeah, it has its place in society, I guess.
I guess I want to close with one thing, because me and you share kind of a mutual affection for XXX, and I just wanted to get your
not porn. Jeez.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful, man. I don't want no weird quotes in the papers.
But yeah, I guess did you listen to the new song?
Yeah, bad.
Yeah. It's so dope. Because it's interesting at the moment on my Twitter timeline, because I'm following a lot of people that were around X and Peep, like their DJs or their other people, and them talking about, I think X Skins was finished. I think we're getting that soon. But Peeps wasn't, and then some of their, his team had to come in and fix it after the fact.
Yeah.
But I guess kind of I was just going to get at what attracts you to him, because you were talking a lot when he passed and everything like that. What do you think is the drawing factor there?
There's two main ones. One is his alignment with his source. He's very aligned. He has no resistance. He doesn't give a fuck. Two is how I found him. When I canceled my fashion show when I was 14, because I'm not going to get into details, but it wasn't my fault that I had to cancel it, basically. In my head, it wasn't my fault, even though I manifest everything, but in my head, it wasn't my fault at the time, and I was annoyed. I felt really shit, so I literally cried myself to sleep that night. It's the first and last time I've ever cried myself to sleep. And one of the models from the show, Connor Tisdall, amazing guy, we got so close since. I love you, Connor. Give me a big hug. He sent me a song by X called Teeth. Teeth Interlude. Yeah. That's what it was called. And I listened to that on repeat as I cried myself to sleep. And since then, I've been like #1 fan.
Yeah. You know I think everyone has that moment with him. Even I always liked I Spoke to the Devil in Miami.
Great song.
It's like
great
so
song.
dope. Like
Jack did a really good remix of that.
Who did?
One of my close friends, Jack, or Project, I think he calls himself. He did an incredible remix of that. It's like the only. I hate remixes of any song, but he added a verse onto the end of it. And it's beautiful.
Oh, I need to hear that. Nice.
Yeah.
I need to hear that.
He's one of my good friends. I love Jack. Shout out to Jack. I love him, bro. He's taken off now. I'm so happy for him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. You got to look after everybody. You know, just treat everybody with love and respect. That's one of the things even I noticed for you. You know, you give everyone hugs. You know, just putting that energy out there. You know.
Always.
There needs to be more of that. You know, especially when I've been thinking about it recently. Just when this weather hits, I feel like everyone gets a bit down. You almost need to try an extra bit harder,
Yeah.
Just to lift spirits.
I mean, do what feels good, I guess. Like, I have no obligation to make other people feel good. Yeah. But it makes me feel good when I do that. Yeah. So yeah. I will.
Yeah. No, man, this has been an absolute pleasure, man. It's crazy to think it's been 6 months already,
It's dope, man. Like, the studio looks really nice. It's different.
It,
it's bigger. It's cleaner. It's
exactly
wider. It's like, I don't know. It's really nice. Yeah. The new mics and everything.
Yeah. Like when we sat down with you that time in May or something, I don't really think we thought we'd still be here, So it's
cool.
It's cool that,
what's your vision for the podcast now? Is it taking a turn or?
Well, I suppose we can get into it. We never talked about. So these guys are doing Monks in the Trunk at the moment.
Woo!
Monks in the Trunk, where you at?
So we originally started out together, but we just had different visions of what we wanted to do in terms of a podcast. So now, we're obviously sharing the studio, working together, But I suppose we'll have independent visions now. I'm kind of looking at embracing some of the Irish creative culture overall.
Yeah.
So, everything from photographers to music is a big one, obviously, at the moment, and everything in between. Even to yourself, as an author, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I just think there's a big renaissance of creativity in Ireland right now. When you look at. Yeah, you would know Y-Axis and Nonsis, and there's just dozens of people you can name that are actually. I don't think
there was ever that many that were really pushing it.
Exactly, and it's just in the last year, 2 years, even you have the top of the top Kojak and Versatile and all these boys really pushing it for Ireland all of a sudden, and Jafaris, big one. There's almost too many to even name, and it all happened all of a sudden, and I just think there wasn't a platform for it to all come together in one place, and that's kind of what I'm offering. It's almost like the No Jumper of Ireland a little bit,
I like that.
So that's what I'm doing, and then the mag kind of gives it this, reason for existing as well. Then a bit of just that extra bit of maybe the podcast, the interviews are kind of given to everybody who nearly wants one, and then the magazine curates that then, and we'll boil that down to the cream of the crop then,
I like that.
But it's still infancy, even 6 months, man, we've achieved a lot in that 6 months, but there's still then, that thing of the more you learn you don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's almost where I am now, because now I'm looking at you'd know strategies of getting the name out there. So recently I've been doing a lot of blog posts, and then if I tag an artist, and if I write about their event and I tag the artist, they'll retweet it and it goes to their audience, and it's learning things like that about how to grow it, and just immersing myself in it, I guess.
The biggest tip I'll give you on that is make people feel good. Make people feel good and make people look good.
Exactly.
Online and in person.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
They will share.
Exactly. There's never any beef on this podcast or anything. It's all I love Y-Axis. I love what you're doing. I love what everybody's doing.
I love what you guys are doing.
You know what I mean? It just is what it is. And recently it's interesting because even in the last 2 weeks I've been noticing more people reaching out to us and just being the start of their emails used to just be hi, here's all about me, but now they've started being hi, really like what you're doing, and then here's all about me, you know what I mean? So it's even interesting, those little changes, but yeah, it's all just infancy still, figuring stuff out, just going with your gut, I guess, as well, just doing what feels right, and the demographic that's into it are really into it at the moment. And then it's just keep going because we're finding it fun. and just see where it leads, I guess.
That's it. Is this on like Spotify and iTunes and everything as well?
Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, that's even new, just figuring that out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Figured that out a couple of weeks ago. And that's it. Like, you would have like learned all that with like the clothing stuff and all, like reaching out to
I had no idea what I did when I started. I had no idea what I was doing.
It's even just understanding now why, you know, the big magazine brands or the big podcast brands move the way they do. It's like, oh, now I know why when they tweet, Young Thug just dropped this new song, and you have to click into their blog. I know why now, because they're trying to get clicks, you know what I mean? And it's just learning stuff like that, you know, and then absorbing it and maybe implementing it yourself. But it's definitely more informal than, you know, a professional big thing.
Yeah.
And it lets people be their raw self and do whatever they want to do on here, or, you know.
Y'all got towel money?
That's it. We got towel money, you know, pop down. We got towels.
Shout out to Mark.
Literally, yeah. Man, that was one of the craziest episodes. That was the longest one too. He was like 1 hour and 20 or something.
Jeez.
So that was fun to edit. I love you, man. Man, he came through with shoes and all. Like, he came with bags of shoes to show us, and it was hilarious.
I need to watch that one.
Yeah, it's
gas. I saw snippets on his story. That was it.
What we did was we took 32 Kanye songs on either side, and they'd go face to face with whatever one is next to them. So we'd have like All of the Lights or Monster or something. You have to pick one, and then that moves forward.
Monster.
Next two, right? You know, you have the next one, and it keeps going until you're left with like some hard choices. Like,
no way.
Man, there was 808s didn't do too well in that. No one really went for 808s. There was a lot of like, you know, there was hard choices though. It'd be like, you know, Monster or Ultralight Beam, and you're like, let me think about that for a minute.
My favorite album of all time of any artist is Yeezus.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't get to see that in Marley Park?
Nah, I never went to a Kanye concert.
Man, because Mark, he's always tweeting. He went to that gig in Marley Park, and I think he travelled down to like, I don't think it was LA, but it was somewhere for the St. Pablo tour. And man, the videos he has like of those two gigs are just like insane.
His
why'd
concerts are
you like Yeezus?
It's so creative. It's just, I really swear on this. I swear already.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. Like, it's just so wrong. Everything about it is wrong. All the songs are wrong.
Yeah.
Like, they're so wrong, but they work so well, and I love them so much. It's like, he really didn't care. He was going against everything, and I was like, this is so good.
Yeah.
Like, let me look through.
Yeah. What's interesting while you're looking at it is that was the first Kanye album I listened to. So I found Kanye because he was on his press cycle for that album.
Yeah.
And I was always hearing about Kanye, so I was like, let me check him out. And that was my first album. And then you find out, like, oh no, he made College Dropout and Dark Fantasy and 808s and all these other influential albums.
That's a nice way to find him.
And then I went back, you know.
If you find him like that, there, you're
because it was almost like Yeezus is great, but a lot of Kanye fans wouldn't consider it the best, you know.
Oh, definitely.
So it was interesting getting into that album first. So it kind of set the expectation like at a certain level, and then when you go back to those other ones that are like, you know, then you're like, oh shit, there's actually a big rabbit hole here of stuff to look into. Like,
I love Guilt Trip.
Yeah.
I love Hold My Liquor. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Such a crazy song. Send It Up. Bound.
Blood on the Leaves. Come
Blood
on.
on the Leaves.
Like,
do you know what that's about? Jeez.
I think that's
some deep stuff.
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but
that's how people like.
Yeah.
Getting hung on trees.
Yeah.
Legit. If you hear like the original song that he sampled,
the Nina Simone and
I properly looked into that. When I found out it was a sample, I was like, wait, what? And so then I looked into it and I found out the reason. I was like, whoa, this is fucked up. Yeah, not very nice story. New Slaves, Black Skinhead, I Am a God. Jeez.
Yeah, it's great. Everybody was right. You know, when that dropped and everybody was like, in 5 years people would understand. Yeah, and I think was that album 2013.
Let me see.
Because I wonder if it is, because it does feel like
2013.
Now, man, when you're naming off all those songs, now everybody's like, that's a banger. You know what I mean? Like,
they're all bangers. I think everything on that's almost everything. It's like 2 songs that I wouldn't consider bangers. That's
I think Guilt Trip is with Cudi as well, so it's always interesting. Then, like, you know, they make Kids See Ghost and all that. Man, I think today they're doing a live set at Camp Flogna in LA. So Kanye and Kid Cudi, imagine seeing that concert. Like,
I can't wait to just be friends with Kanye. Like, genuinely. I know we're going to be such good friends. Like, I just feel like we will. I feel like I'm going to look back at this podcast when I'm actually just chilling with him. Because I just feel like I understand him on so many levels. And it's like, No one else understands him. There's like, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
give him one of my magazines for me.
Oh, I will. I got it. Oh. Sorry, Zev.
Nah, you're getting
I just
phone
hung
calls.
up on you, Zev.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll
That's why
let you go,
I should have turned
man.
my airplane mode off.
Oh,
Let me
stop.
turn it on again.
You're all good, man. We'll let
No
you go.
calls.
You got some stuff to do today. Got a life to
love.
live. But yeah, I guess, do you want to close out with anything in particular? Or? Just
Shout
buy the
out
book.
to boop boop boop. Yeah, buy the book. Buy
Amazon.
the book. Let's get it as a
Yeah,
bestseller.
Yeah.
Let's get it as a bestseller. I'm down with that. Yeah. I mean, buy it, review it. It's the kind of thing that it's only €2. Like, it's literally €2.22. It's like super cheap.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing you have on your phone forever. If you ever need it, it's there, and that's it. You know, simple as. What else? Shout out to all my close friends right now, to Zev and Anson, and shout out to Hash, even though I hate you so much. Shout out to Zara, big kiss. Shout out to all the boys here.
Sam.
To the, what is it, Sound House?
Yeah, Audio House.
Audio House. Shout out to the whole Audio House crew, the whole studio, Monks in the Trunk.
Yeah.
We gotta do an interview soon.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Ooh,
That's the thing. When we were saying it earlier, the thing about Monks is we try to push away, not be restricted by like music and fashion and say authors and all that stuff. And we're trying to go into like just mad stuff like entrepreneurs, tattoo artists, all this crazy stuff, you know. So that's the thing about Monks. We take the piss, really.
I feel like we would have a totally different conversation
Yeah.
than what we just had.
Yeah.
And we wear monk robes as well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They got some costumes.
Can we meditate live? Just everyone's
Sure,
watching
like,
us for 10
honestly,
minutes
like,
doing nothing.
The guy last week was supposed to bring down a tattoo gun. We were supposed to be tattooing fruit and shit, but he didn't bring gloves, so he couldn't do it. But
Speaking of tattoos, actually,
no.
when I'm 20 years old,
What are you getting?
I decided I'm getting XXX tattooed on my left eyelid.
Man, shake on that.
I'm shaking on it.
Shaking on that.
Now, I'll get myself until I'm 20 for 2
this
reasons.
is a reference
Right.
point, by the way.
Yeah.
You just said it on
Yeah,
camera.
that's
like.
real.
Oh,
That's
trust
real.
me. No. I'm dead serious about this. Like, I'm dead serious. There's 2 reasons. 20 will give me a little bit of time to think about it.
Yeah.
That's one, which I don't think I'm going to change. And
Yeah.
number 2, X died at 20.
Yeah.
So, I'm like...
That's something
when
I
I'm
was
20,
thinking about as well.
XXX.
I wanted to get his little heartbreak logo somewhere.
Oh, that's
The
such
little,
a nice tattoo.
yeah, that little heart
Such
logo.
a nice one.
I want that.
His one is like right there, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't
so
think
nice.
I'd like maybe something on the arm. Like I always wanted a tattoo somewhere like here or this kind of region, but it's so like it goes against the way everybody says. You know,
Don't
kind
get
of you
tattoos.
should stick to the
Fuck
you
what
know,
everybody
under
says,
a t-shirt
man.
rule,
Straight
but you know it's definitely not the same as it used to be like in previous generations. So
I don't feel like I'm ever gonna work a job that restricts me for something like that.
Exactly.
If I ever work for someone, I don't think it'll be a job that restricts me. I hope it's not, anyways.
Yeah.
I hope it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
If I ever have to work a job, I will, but I hope I don't. Please no.
Yeah. Man, that's been an absolute pleasure, man. Really appreciate it.
It's been fun. I like this
that's
conversation.
That's
I want to
it.
keep talking.
Yeah, man.
We're just
Like I
talking
guess
shit
we
at this
can,
stage.
but I like you were getting phone calls, so
Airplane mode. Don't worry, they won't talk to me.
airplane mode.
Anyways,
shout out to
Wyatt. Every time I'm on a plane, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, airplane mode.
I know. I did one. Was it last week? The little on Ryanair where you got the idea for for the thing. I sent him that just with the. Man, he isn't on the Instagram music thing though. I couldn't tag the song.
Oh, is he
for some
not?
reason? It's really weird. Yeah, I don't know why.
We gotta do something with that.
Because I thought it was just linked to Spotify. Because I assume
think
that's
it's
how it
linked
worked.
to Apple Music, maybe.
Damn. Okay.
He should be on Apple Music though.
I should try it. I should try again. But I remember looking for it because I was going to tag the song, but I just had to end up tagging him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Lots of love,
Is there anybody
Great
else
talk.
that you're kind of listening to recently? We were talking about Trippie Redd before.
Hey, listen. Oh, guys, listen to Gus Dapperton. He's
Really?
incredible. Listen to Trippie Redd. Listen to. Oh, let me look through this.
Yeah,
these
yeah.
two.
The recently
God.
played.
Dominic Fike. I don't know
Dominic
if you know him. He's incredible. I don't know who he is, but I'm trying to contact him on Instagram because I love him.
Yeah.
070 Shake, of course. 88 Glam. I like Lil Pump recently, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Don't know
7
why.
out of 10. Did you ever see that Needle Drop review? He gave Lil Pump's debut album a 7 out of 10. And then he gave Damn by Kendrick Lamar a 7 out of 10. And his fans went crazy. They were like, how do you put a Kendrick album and Lil Pump album on the same level?
I know that people won't like this, but fuck Kendrick Lamar.
Ooh.
So moving on.
Whoa! Hang on, we cannot let that one slip.
I'm gonna actually add in a sound effect there, like the.
we can't let that slip. Like, come on.
I don't know. I've never. Okay, there's some songs I like of him, but.
What's your beef?
It's not a genuine beef. It's just I feel like he's really forcing it. I don't know.
Do you like J. Cole more, or do you not like J. Cole?
I don't like either. I like some of their old stuff. I mean, some of it's alright. But I love The Weeknd.
Oh man,
sorry,
The Weeknd's major.
Subject. I don't know.
The Weeknd's major.
Yeah, he is. Closing on Kendrick and J. Cole. Not my type of music.
That's fair enough.
I wouldn't choose to listen to them. Put it that way. Spooky Black, Corbin. What a god. Who else? Frank Ocean's a genius.
Oh, stop.
From Vip Verdit.
Man, when was Blonde? Was Blonde 2016? Okay.
Dropped 2 at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, he did, I suppose.
Madness.
Man. I hope we're getting close to another Frank Ocean album.
Oh, I hope so. I love Frank. I love White Ferrari.
Oh. Every tune on that. Those little YouTube, the GIF type videos where there's like some rain and some coffee and then a bit of slowed down White Ferrari or something. You're like, this is it.
Sean used to always play that.
Yeah.
I remember I went to Sean's house like this time last year. And I stayed at his house for like 3 days and we were like working on like, I forget what we were working on at the time. But it was funny because he just always either had that playing or like lo-fi music.
Yeah.
Or like slow down Frank or like jazz, and that was it.
Yeah, no, that's a good vibe.
Odie, I love Odie. Shout out to Odie. I love you, bro. You're incredible. I flew into London to see him. Oh, best decision ever. What a genius. I love Odie. Amalou, I don't know if you know her. She's incredible. King Cruel. Alright, I'm gonna stop now. There's a lot though.
Yeah.
Metro Boomin's new album is sick.
Yeah, man. I haven't gotten to delve into it as much as I want.
It's so good.
I really want to listen.
I didn't think I was gonna like it.
Yeah, man. Like when you scroll through that feature list and you've got like a Travis Offset or something, you're just like, yes.
Just like what? The way we've said goodbye so many times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye. The final goodbye.
Okay.
I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon, bro.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you. I will see you soon. And we gotta take a thumbnail now.
Yeah, we do.
We gotta pretend something crazy happened in the thumbnail just for clickbait.
Yeah.
And have a good day, guys.